This forest is so beautiful, and I have intense guilt. I could barely afford to buy the land, let alone put in infrastructure like hydro. Wow. Hey, I'm Jane. I'm a single mom, and I'm not letting that hold me back. I just bought 5 acres of raw land in the Kootenai Rockies where I'm building my dream timber frame home and homestead with a permaculture food forest and even a vacation rental. All of this is so one day, hopefully, my daughter won't need to struggle the way that I did. Come along with me as I create my very own freedom recipe. Today is one of the best days of my life. As of this morning, I took possession of this piece of land. It is officially registered with the government under my name and my name only. This gem is a little slice of paradise, and I'm gonna take you on the 5-acre tour. But first, I brought a little gift to give to the land. So here I am on the land. I don't want to call it my land because I don't really feel like I can own the earth, but it's my home. Just like bringing a gift when you visit someone else's home, it's important to bring the land a gift when you're moving in. An Indigenous elder once told me you should gift something that you truly love. And it might seem simple for a lot of people, but I truly love mangoes. Specifically these yellow ones, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce it because I will definitely say the word wrong. I tried to bring as much positive energy to this mango as I possibly could, and even science has proven that our thoughts and feelings affect the geographical location that we're in. I am, after all, just going to be a guest here for the duration of my lifetime, but this land will exist long after I'm gone, and it existed long before I was here. So with my thoughts and intentions set, now it's time for the land tour. While we're on this tour, if you have any ideas of how to best utilize this land, whether it's for gardens, buildings, homesteading, please leave it in the comments because I'm doing this all by myself and I could use all the input I can get. And here she is. Well, the first part of her at least. This is so hidden away that if you did not have the map, you would not be able to find it. Wow. So I keep feeling like I'm gonna get in trouble for being here, as if I'm trespassing. Every time I touch something or even a twig breaks, I'm like, oh my God, I hope they don't get mad. And I'm like, there's no they, it's just me. Okay, so I'm having a hard time walking because one of the first challenges, 2 massive gullies. Oh my God, I'm really gonna try not to fall. Ah! And that is the thing with gullies, is they're very steep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. The tree saved me. Oh my God. I wanna get to the bottom of a gully so you can see what we're working with. I could use better winter boots. Okay, so this is the bottom of one gully. Do you see this hill here? And it goes down and then it goes up again. Do you see how this bridge goes up right here and it goes down right in here and then it goes up again to another ridge? That is one gully, and that is the smaller of the 2. Yeah, and it goes really far. So I'm kind of in a pit right now. I am having a whole bunch of mixed emotions. This forest is so beautiful, and I have intense guilt thinking about needing to remove so many trees in order to live here. Chipmunk? There is a practice of asking the land for permission before I put an offer in. I did come and I asked the land for permission to live here, and I shared that I'm gonna be bringing things like the mango that come from so far away. Because even though I need to remove some trees in order to live here and have my home, as well as my tiny home and my cabin, I'm also gonna be planting an orchard and other food and lots and lots and lots of plants over the years. And I said to the land, I have arms and legs. I can get up and go and bring plants here, and I can grow this into a really amazing ecosystem. I know everything's covered in snow right now, but there's nothing growing on the ground. The trees are so densely packed that no sunlight is getting in, so there's not even ferns growing, which is crazy because usually they're invasive and they're everywhere. But I have thanked the trees immensely, because if it wasn't for the trees, I wouldn't be able to be doing any of this. I could barely afford to buy the land, let alone put in infrastructure like hydro, a well, a driveway, a build site. All of this costs money, and the timber value here in the trees will help me pay for all of that. I'm so happy today that I'm like, I don't really care if I fall in a ditch or trip and get soaking wet. I'm just familiarizing myself with my home. Oh, this way is interesting. Okay, as we get to another gully, we have our second challenge, a very wet marsh. So it may not look very wet right now because it's covered in snow, but I came out here in September and it was so wet that my boot was gonna get stuck. Whoa, squishy, squishy. Sometimes I feel like I'm literally just gonna go through. Ah, I might. But it's still friggin' beautiful. I actually haven't figured out if there is a pond back there. I really want to get to it, but I really also don't want to just fall in and have a soaking wet foot and it's cold out. I'm gonna get as close as I can. See? You see that sinkage? It is squishy. I actually don't know if I can get there. Okay, I'm abandoning ship. I can't actually get there. I can't even really see what's going on, and there's tons of fallen trees. But because it's so marshy, I'm gonna plant a willow. So the mixed emotions are intense gratitude and a sigh of relief because I have a place to live and me and my daughter are gonna be safe forever. But I do have a lot of guilt over taking away habitat, for example, from loud chipmunks. Or there were these cute little birds, little sparrows on the trees looking for bugs. And I was like, man, I really feel bad. I do understand that this is only 5 acres in hundreds, if not thousands of acres of mountains. Thousands, definitely thousands of acres of mountains. And all around me is forest, so they will be able to go look for bugs on another tree. Thousands of other trees. Still, I've realized that in order to have a homestead, in order to grow food and be safe in doing it, not have a tree fall on your house, is you need to cut down some trees in order to make space. They are so freaking beautiful though. They are so beautiful. Going back uphill, upstream, we're going into gully number 2, the big mama. You can see right over here that it goes uphill that way. And then over here, it also goes uphill, and it's really hard to see because there's like a zillion trees in the way. What's that? Sometimes it's just a squirrel, but you know, let's keep walking. So I'm kind of mad at myself because I forgot my bear spray and I don't have a dog or anything. Although the bears are hibernating, cougars don't hibernate, and wolves don't hibernate. It's gonna be fine, right? It's gonna be fine. This is my home. Nobody will hurt me. They'll knock before they come over, right? Call first. Message me, let me know you're coming, you know? Common courtesy. What's forest etiquette? Okay, the third challenge with this land is the extremely dense trees. You can't walk 10 steps in here without bumping into a tree. So the trees are great for timber value for sure, but it is really hard to conceptualize what this land will be like when right now it is just a straight up forest, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's a very strange feeling to love plants and at the same time know that you need to cut them down. I did promise myself, though, that a portion of the money made from the timber sales would be put into buying deciduous plants, plants that would diversify this ecosystem, because right now it's not a monoculture, but it's close. You know, there's really 1 or 2, max 3 types of trees here. So I want to try to help it. One way humans can help the health of a forest is to clear the brush. There are so many fallen logs that I am going to have my work cut out for me just to clean up this place. There's a rule in this area that you have to burn the brush that's on the ground. So anything that's on the ground could be a fire hazard, and we certainly don't want any forest fires coming through here. So all of this fallen stuff is my responsibility now to take care of, which means either using it for firewood, burning it, or putting it through a chipper so that it could be used as mulch in a garden. No problem. There's just an infinite amount of twigs on the ground. Under the snow, all brush. Yep. All of that needs to be taken care of. Ah, yay! Now and then I have this feeling of like, oh, I wonder if they'll, come and chop it up. There is no they. The they is me. I'm the one who has to chop everything up. I'm the one who has to take care of this land. I need to make sure it's fire safe by myself. Good thing I like using a chainsaw. The final challenging thing about this land is a massive amount of water runoff, as well as an underground spring. Because this piece of land is at the bottom of a mountain, and I mean the very bottom, all of the runoff in the spring comes right through this land. I don't mind that so much because I can reroute it and use it for irrigation for my orchards and other plants, but there is also an underground spring that runs through here constantly. Despite all of the challenges of this land and the fact that nobody else was brave enough to take them on, I'm still so grateful to call it home. Being able to live in my favorite part of the world for the rest of my life adds a level of safety that I didn't even know I needed. And now my daughter and all of my future descendants can also enjoy this piece of land. As they say, you plant a tree for your children, not yourself. So thank you to the trees. I have said thank you so many times to the trees, but thank you to the trees. I can never thank them enough. The sacrifice of the trees is enabling me to grow food for me and my daughter and our families and our neighbors and whoever else I can grow food for. My goal is to be an old lady playing my harp underneath a very giant willow tree in my enchanted edible forest. I actually didn't know if I would ever have a point where I would be able to plant a tree and see it grow to maturity. I don't think I'm ever leaving this spot. On the next episode, I'm gonna go over all of my development plans to turn this forest into a functioning homestead. Hit subscribe to see how I'm doing this on my own, because even I don't know how I'm gonna pull it off. And no matter what you do in life, remember to pour love into it.